I'm going to try this again. Last time my recording equipment messed up the video. What am I about? Since I've been online way back in the days when I first got online, going back to 2001 in the Pimps Network, I haven't been about just getting ass. A lot of guys think I'm some Negro just talking about getting ass and fucking hoes and bitches and all that shit. And no, sorry. I'm about building the man inside. I'm going to be teaching a new series on working on your inner game only inside of my site. It's for the members that paid the measly $5 to listen to me. Okay? I may give a sample of maybe the first one. Unfortunately, a lot of guys, they listen to me because they just want to get some ass. Like one fella that's new to my site, he just wants to. Yeah, man, I just want to get some ass, man. You know, that'll be over his head, more than likely. But I'm about developing the man inside. Okay? If your inside is fucked up, then what comes out on the outside, the world that you're living in, it's going to be fucked up. That's something you got to understand. I'm going to check this video, see if it's actually working. Okay, I just checked and everything seemed to be working on the first part. Hopefully there's not a bad splice edit between the segments, but as I was saying, I'm about developing the inner person. Okay? That's what I've learned in my own life. You develop the inner person, you become, and then your world changes on the outside. When I became the player, as I was trying to explain to my boy Craig, things just happened. Women showed up to get played. So I'm going to teach you guys on my site how to become. There's going to be 3 key areas we're going to talk about that I'll talk about in the future. Today's podcast show was the opener. As I'm trying to explain to the people on YouTube a little bit more about what I'm about becoming a man, developing the man inside. You change the man inside, he'll change his outer world after that. So these people who are like MGTOWers and TFLers, I can only imagine the hell they're living in inside their own heads. Can you imagine? They're so negative, they search out other negative people and other negative like channels and stuff, and all they want to do is negativity. Can you imagine what kind of life they're living? How fucked up it is? Point it being is, if you're not attracting women right now, your life is fucked up, you got some fuckery going on inside of you, fucker. Seriously, you got some fucked up shit going on inside, okay? And that's where we got to start. You can learn all the PUA techniques and openers and who lies more, David Bowie, Michael Jackson nonsense that you want. It's still ain't going to change the inside person. You're still going to get the same results. That's why so many of the PUAs run out there into the world and fail. Some people are successful because their fuckery that's inside isn't that fucked up as they thought. Like you'll hear a lot of them say, well, I couldn't get girls, I was a nerd, I was this and that. But they quickly changed, didn't they? They weren't as fucked up as other individuals are who have true fuckery. That's my new word for the day. It's just use the word fuck every chance I can. Be like an Italian guy. Fuck you. Fuck me long. No. So when you look inside yourself, you'll find the source of your problems. Like I teach in my fear program. That shit's inside of you. And you got to root it out. The way it is on the inside is the way it is on the outside. If you're fucked up inside, it's going to be fucked up on the outside. If you look at your outside world and you're not happy, you're not living as a man with true power as a man, you're unhappy, you're broken down, you're beaten down by society, by life, by the dating scene, that means you got some fucked up shit going on inside of you. Because you created the world that you're living in. So take responsibility for it first. The first thing you got to do is take responsibility for whatever life you're living. If you're living with your mommy and daddy, you're hiding behind excuses, that's your doing. That's totally your fucking doing. Because there are people younger than you, I don't care who you are, that have gotten out there on their own. I look at Grease 2000. His parents left him, went to another country, left him behind. Wow, I think about that. That's traumatic. That's actually fucked up. But his father prepared him to be a man. And I know Grease had to go through some abandonment stuff that you may not want to talk about, but I know you have to. When you have your parents around you, suddenly they're gone. I don't care what kind of programming or teaching someone did, you're still going to miss them. So from 16 or 15, I believe it was, he had to be a man. Get his own place, finish high school himself. Yeah. And you guys who are like in your 20s live with mommy and daddy behind excuses. They're only excuses, by the way. See, that's part of your fuckery. Your fucked up shit. Okay? I got out at 19. Have never went back. But I had a place to land. A girl with a place. If your life is fucked up, it's not the way you want it to be. You're not living a life of passion. That you're passionate about your life. That you enjoy your life. It's because of you inside. You create the existence that you're living right now. Women don't find you attractive. You don't have the right chemistry, the right blah, blah, blah. It's your doing. But I'm only 5'5". I've said it so many times, how many other 5'5" people I've seen out there. And I've come to the realization that people who have the fuckery, they don't see the other 5'5" guys. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in an earlier show this morning, but they really don't see the other 5'5" guys, 5'2" guys, 5'1" guys with women. They don't see them. That's how bad the fuckery is in here. They don't fuck themselves. I used to obsess over my little brother's height because he grew to be 6'8". But I also used to obsess on my skin color. I used to wish I was lighter skinned. And that's all I ever saw. I would drive down the street, see all the, the mixed brothers out there, and wish I could be like them. So I could be more like my father. And then, of course, my dad unknowingly, programmed into us by saying, you're too dark to meet my father and all that kind of shit. Yeah, my dad said that. He drank. And he say stupid shit. Doesn't mean I didn't love him. But imagine hearing that as a kid. You're too dark to meet my father. Like, not my grandfather, but my father. And then he had one of his nephews used to get out of the house, run around, and yell, "Show me a nigga!" And he'd try to beat him up just because he was light-skinned. That's the shit I grew up with. So I would obsess on light-skinned people as if they were gods or something. It was my dad's own insecurity that he was bleeding out onto me and my little brother. He didn't do it to my older half-brother, Garvin. That wasn't his biological child, but that was his son. So I had to overcome the fuckery that was inside of me. The height bullshit. I told you guys about how every time I went over there before he passed on, your brother's 6'8". He had a stroke in his jaw, so he always held his jaw to talk. And you probably heard Jovina say, yeah, he says it every time. But that show got destroyed on the last channel. And I finally told him, I know, Dad, stop. I did that shit over and over again. So I used to have an issue about height when I was younger. So I understand what it's like being, a certain height. I was observing people at the gym today when I was doing my legs. There was a Asian fella, he was about 5'3". I think he's a martial artist. He was an old guy, the bald head. I don't know how Asians ever start getting bald hair, but I guess it's from the Caucasian gene within them. A long time ago. He had a bald head, and wispy little hair. But I think he was a martial artist by the way he moved. He did some fucking leg curls close to what I was doing at leg curls at. And he He had these big feet too for his size. He moved like he's a martial artist. He had these big baggy blue sweats on, and then some kind of thermal shirt and a t-shirt underneath. He looked like he just ripped my heart out. Now that's not. I'm not stereotyping Asian folks. I know a lot of all Asian folks can fight. Look at Dukes. My dead grandmother can beat Duke's ass with all that muscle he got. So uh, he had a certain way of walking that told me he must be a martial artist. They always walk, soft on their feet. Like I know he does Tai Chi. Like they move a certain way. So anyway, the motherfucker was strong at 5'3" or 2 or whatever he was, and he's there working out. Props to him. He was also old, and I'm a big motherfucker on leg curls. Now I shoot for 15 reps. He did like 20 sets of them damn things. He's there forever. Anyways, I tried to understand and put myself inside his body. Everybody's a giant around you. Did it bother him? No. Yeah, no. I can tell by the way he moved around. You guys who have that whole, I'm only 5'5" thing, you're fucking up your outer world. Stop obsessing, as I used to fuck up my outer world. I started to come back. I was thinking about that, how I used to obsess over mulattoes, and I'm driving home, and there was I believe he was mixed, because he had the soft, curly, textured hair, and it was curly like a big afro with some of the curls, the strands hanging off, and definitely biracial of some type. And I noticed myself, looking at his hair and then looking at him, and then all that shit. I was thinking about that stuff before I saw him, and I realized, damn, I used to obsess on light-skinned people. And I was mad at my mom because she's like pure, she's not, but she's very dark-skinned. And I used to be that bad. So I understand how, you can obsess on shit. And it's not good for you fellas. It took me a while to dig that bullshit out. I was a full-grown adult, probably in my 30s, before I finally learned to love who I was. Know that you've got to get rid of it, though. You've got to work on yourself and get rid of that shit. Okay? In my case, it was from poor parental skills by one of my parents. My mom always said, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I didn't know how she even knew that truth. My dad, light skin, couldn't dance, flat behind. What blacks have flat behinds? So, I took a long time to work through that stuff. So recognize that you're not going to change overnight also. It's going to take some time to get rid of your bullshit. But you got to go inside and do the work. Okay? You really got to go inside and do that work. Learning these outer techniques or sending someone to the streets, trying to, say, just approach, man, just approach. Step up. Man up. There's still a couple of hoe chasers within my Facebook group that I'm going to delete. I can tell by their comments. And I'm just going to just block them. They're going to try to come in and don't even know why. So if you're in the Facebook group and you come in and you've been blocked, it's because you make hoe chasing comments. Just step up. Just run up. To people that can't do that. There are people that just can't do that. It fucks them up. Because they got a lot of fuckery going on up here. Just because you may not have the fuckery they have, and your fuckery is a little different, doesn't mean they're not fucked up. You guys got to learn to step in other people's shoes and have some empathy and feeling for them. Stop being these inhuman bastards. These robot fuckheads. Non-emotional shit. Some of you guys scare the shit out of me. You have no connection to your hearts. And I'm actually well connected to my heart. That's how I learned to control it. When you don't have that connection to your heart, it can run out of control. These are the type of guys that will catch a girlfriend cheating on them and shoot the girl, shoot the guy, and then shoot themselves. Okay? So you can't run from stuff of the heart. That's why I advise some guys to get a girlfriend first. To get a girlfriend. That will teach them what kind of man they will be. You get that first girlfriend, you'll learn if you're a simp or a pimp or just an asshole. Yeah. Some of you guys are assholes, not realizing that you were raised without a mama to teach some manners and shit like that. I don't know, but there's been something fucked up in some of you guys. But I am going to start teaching that information again. It's my favorite subject, is working on the inside. Again, that's only for my site, though. Sorry. You got to pay the $5 dues to get your lessons inside the school. It's not going to be released to the Facebook group either. That is another freebie shit. All right? If you want the lessons, go inside the schoolroom. Pay your dues. It's like you paid to go to college.